teammates, the handle for the burn was at Get Higher 77. Is that your account? You just have a message.
I know you got to ask these questions, but I'm not here to get into Twitter nonsense. I'm just here to focus on the season, keep it pushing. But I know I get you have to answer those questions.
That's all with the teammates.
My teammates know what it is. We've been locked in the whole season. We've been enjoyed our break. We had a great practice today. Looking forward to this road trip.
Kim, what was it like just being out there and also being around, some of your colleagues?
Yeah, it was great. You have number of greatness is a moment to celebrate the game of basketball. So we all-star game with the format actually worked out. Both, everybody played hard. It was a guys put on a show. Kawhi was crazy in that second quarter. So it was a fun weekend, man. Glad we can get back to the second half.
Do you feel like it's safe? Do you feel like it was your comments that made that game so
I
competitive?
wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. I think guys were just sick, probably was sick of hearing the narrative around that topic, and we just wanted to show that we care about the game. We care about every time we step on that floor. And I was seeing Cade Cunningham block dudes at the rim. Wemby setting the tone, Ant setting the tone. I think Braun setting the tone. I think everybody came out there and did what they're supposed to do.
I think it's safe to say the last time you all played the Hornets, you weren't happy with, you all's performance. How have you grown since then, even though that was just early February?
Yeah, just know that every game is an opportunity for us to learn and get better. But we still have a standard we want to live up to and play up to. And I think guys understand that every night is a prime opportunity for us to build our identity every night. And that's going to help us once we get to the playoffs.
We've heard players say that the real season starts after the All-Star break. How real is that, and how would you kind of describe the difference in gameplay after the break?
I mean, you just kind of get more used to just your surroundings, just your routine, just everything. You just get more comfortable. So now you can just go out there and play your game and let your hair out and play your game. And I think guys are coming in more comfortable understanding their roles. I think that's the most important thing.
Hey, Kevin, what is going to be the key for you guys now that you're beyond kind of the halfway point of the season? You got a chance to know each other a bit. What do you want to see from yourself and your teammates?
Just a level of attention to detail every play. I think when teams start to throw different sources of defenses at us, knowing how quickly they do it and how we adjust pretty fast. Just playing with more pace on both ends of the floor, and our communication got to be better. So I think around this time, every team is looking at those things as a point of emphasis to, even if they're doing it well, to do it even better. So I think that's what we've been harping on the last couple of days.
Before the break, that you want the team to just kind of enjoy the break
Yeah.
and not think about much. What you see in practice today, it seemed like these guys are well rested after that break.
Yeah, everybody was energetic. I mean, we had some good runs today. You don't usually get to play or bump against one another and throughout the season, so get an opportunity to do that after All-Star break is always cool, So guys came back ready, energized. I don't know if they worked out over the break or not, but it looked like everybody was solid, But it's always good to get that first wind out before you play a real game.
Is there more for you to learn about your teammates?
I think it's an opportunity for all of us to learn each other. I mean, it's a long season. Guys are, still understanding their games and still trying to put it together. So yeah, I think we're all figuring each other out. I think every game is a step in the right direction. Tough games, good games. We all look at it and dissect it and see how we need to grow from it.
Yeah, all of the above. I mean, you got that week off to look at a lot of things. We're in a decent position, but obviously feel we could be a lot better. And I think a big part of it is execution, focus, attention to detail, the small things that we can control. Miss free throws at the end of the game or miss shots. If someone's slumping or whatever, you can't control that. Guys play through that stuff, but the stuff we can control, and I think effort starts with effort. But in general, I think understanding how teams are defending us and what actions we want to get to. And I think that's our execution overall.
Do you expect any stylistic or schematic shifts over these last 29 games as you guys get ready for the playoffs?
For us, I think it's hard to say. I think schematically we can do some things. I think we've gotten to that with Alperin and Reed some. I think so. We at times during the season you want to see who guys are and see what works and what doesn't. And I think at this point in the season, we know that. And so we can do some things defensively to scheme up and protect some guys. Offensively, I think our pace and execution has to improve in general. And, we know what we do really well, but we know what areas we need to work on and improve for the season. And I think our off ball, like I said, less stagnant offense at times, more movement and unpredictability.
We've heard players say that the real season starts after the All-Star break. How much do you buy that, and what are some of the differences you notice between before and after the break?
The speed of the season, it's really a downhill race now. It's only 29 games left, and so for us, and I think you have to start to be healthy and playing your best basketball at this time, and being that it is as tight as it is in the West, that has to be definitely the case this year. And so for us, got off to a really good start. Had our lumps kind of in between, in the month of December and some of January. We want to clean up those areas and do what we've done the previous years, which has had a really good season after All-Star break.
Coach, you've known KD for a very long time. How were you able to just brush some of that Twitter trolling stuff to the side about what came out during the All-Star break?
Yeah, I mean, I don't do social media, and so you hear about some things secondhand, but I don't really live in that world or comment on social media, Twitter, or any of that, and so don't pay much attention at all.
I think it's safe to say you didn't love the performance against the Hornets when they played here in early February. What changes have you seen since then, even though it was less than a month ago?
Yeah, that the Boston game and that game, second night of back-to-back, obviously probably a low point for us as far as just an overall competitive spirit. But we bounced back in the next road game, and then even the Clipper games here, albeit we lost a close one and gave up a lead in that one. If we played that way against the other teams, we'd be in good shape. So I think we had a good, film session and good meeting, a good talk. And I think for us, it's, getting back to doing what we're doing, but also coming back re-energized, recharged, and like I said, hitting the home stretch. And so excited to see us go against them again.
Players like Jaden Jason coming close to the 50-game mark when you have to decide whether you're going to sign to a standard contract. Would you prefer to keep him, or are you still kind of exploring the buyout market?
Yeah, both, honestly. Love JD and what he brings, and his future with us. But you're going to always take a look at the landscape, and there are some names out there that are attractive and may show interest, and vice versa. And so, if we don't sign anybody, it's obviously a good thing to have him on board. But we'll also take a look at that and see how we can improve the team.
With effort and execution being the two things you mentioned you want to see from these guys moving forward, were you able to see a little bit of that today as well, getting to see the second part of the season started?
Oh, yeah, I mean, you got a week off, and guys are itching, and some guys are itching to get back on the court. So, competition, we rarely get these type of practices where we go at each other, similar to training camp. And so, that was there today. And then, like I said, you mentioned schematically doing some different things, and take a look at that today. So I think both were really good.
Thanks.
Thank
you. Thank you. I got to run home and get my sleep.